Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you for watching. Today we're gonna bring you some of the excerpt and the communique that the U.S. House of Representatives, the letter that they wrote to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security about the extension for Cameroon TPS. It's a very important thing because we know a lot of Cameroonians, Southern Cameroonians and Ambazonians are affected. So the U.S. House of Representatives wrote a very serious letter. Okay, and the letter was to inform the Secretary Christinian, to make sure that this is the letter. You can see the letter. It's much about informing them that they want some extension for Cameroon, TPS for Cameroon. So it's a very serious something that we hope to bring it so that our people can see and understand what's going on. Okay, I am going to go through some of the excerpt of the letter. Okay, this is the letter that the United States House, the House of Representatives wrote to. Okay, and I'm gonna read so that you guys can understand how the letter, the content of this powerful letter. Okay, it reads. It said. Dear President Trump, we write to urgently request that your administration continue to provide temporary humanitarian protection for Cameroonian nationals living in the United States by redesignating and extending the designation of Cameroon for temporary protection status, TPS. The ongoing violence, human rights violations, and humanitarian crisis in Cameroon continue to place its citizens at severe risk. Continuing TPS protection for Cameroonians already residing in the United States is not only a humanitarian imperative, but also aligns with the United States' broader interests, including economic stability, security, and regional leadership. The Cameroon was originally designated for TPS on June 7 of 2022 due to the extreme violence between government forces and armed separatists, the deadly attacks by the terrorist organization Boko Haram, and the reported human rights violations and abuses committed against the people by the government. The Department of Homeland Security later extended the TPS designation and simultaneously redesignated Cameroon for TPS, citing the ongoing armed conflict, the secessionist crisis, human rights abuses by members of armed groups and forces, food insecurity, the spread of disease, and the mass displacement that continue to prevent Cameroonian nationals from returning and residing in the country safely. The dire situation in Cameroon has not improved. It is 2023 report in its 2023 report on human rights practices for Cameroon. The State Department stated in no uncertain terms that there was no significant changes in the human rights situation in Cameroon during the year. The violence from Anglophone separatists and Boko Haram continues to disrupt civilian life. Separatist groups in the regions of Cameroon clash with government forces, resulting in unlawful killings, abductions, and widespread human rights violations. Meanwhile, the Boko Haram insurgency in the far north region further exacerbate instability. The country has also suffered economic collapse, displacement of citizens, and destruction of infrastructure. Nearly 1 million people have been displaced. within the country, and humanitarian aid remains severely limited, with over 1.8 million people needing urgent assistance. As of late 2024, parts of Cameroon are also grappling with a cholera outbreak and rampant food insecurity, further exacerbating the suffering of its citizens. The State Department has also documented, the State Department has also documented, this is the continuation of the letter. The continuation of the letter is still about the letter. The State Department has documented targeting of Christian community, including church burnings and abduction and killings. The violence has led to the closure of over half of the schools in the affected areas, leaving 250,000 children without an education. Due to these extraordinary and temporary conditions, Cameroon remains an unsafe place for its nationals to return, and it will be inconsistent with humanitarian principles to make them do so. Extending and redesignating TPS to Cameroonian nationals also aligns with U.S. national security interests by supporting counter-terrorism effort in the Lake Chad Basin and Central Africa. Cameroon remains a critical partner in counter-terrorism effort on Boko Haram. That was just part of the letter. They said, and the last part of the letter talk about for TPS for Cameroon national directly benefit these nationals. So that is it. It's just the letter is just clear and talking about TPS for Cameroonians. Of course, it's Southern Cameroonians citizens. So it's very clear that we know the difference, so that most of the things that happen here can tell you, you see, it is signed by a whole bunch of people. See the signature. It's just signed by all the reps sign it. It's just very, very clear. So hopefully we'll see those changes coming, but like they said, the war is ongoing. And we saw the leaders gather in Ghana, all the leaders gather in Ghana, and they came out with some communique which was very powerful. This is one of those communique, talking about the Southern Cameroon Leadership Pact. That's one of the pact that was signed by all the leaders. You can see on the screen. You can see on your screen. Most of the leaders were involved in this, and the pact read that we leaders and heads of liberation movements in the Southern Cameroon Ambazonian liberation struggle, fighting to free our people from the colonial stronghold of La République du Cameroun, French Cameroon, have met under the aegis of the Consultative Commission and unanimously adopted on the 18th of April 2025 in Africa. This pact, henceforth referred to as the Southern Cameroon Ambazonian Leadership Pact. The pact. 1. The pact seeks to ensure the effective coordination of a just and peaceful resolution of the genocidal war raging in our homeland, leading to a free and independent Southern Cameroon Ambazonia. 2. To ensure that we work in synergy with all stakeholders in coordination, and to agree on common standard for the liberation struggle before, during, and after the transition to a free and independent homeland. 3. To commit to the unconditional release of all Ambazonian political prisoners of conscience, and the political detainees, and end the siege on Ambazonia as preconditions for negotiation. 4. To establish frameworks and principles and rules for effective decision making and to employ other such means as may be necessary to attain the above stated objective. And 5, to establish procedures through which other leaders willing to work together to end the annexation of our homeland and fulfill the aspiration of our people can be facilitated to join this pact. So this is the statement. You see all the leaders sign that were present, all the leaders that were present sign, and this is very important for us to, very, very important for us to understand that bringing the leaders together is a good thing, okay, because we have seen a lot of issues happening in the past with all the different types of issues of who to lead, who to do this, who to do what. But now that they are together, we hope that things are going to happen. Okay. We were talking about TPS. Things are not going back to normal. People like Abdul Karim, they are still in prison. Seseko Ayok Tabe, they are in prison. All these leaders are still languishing in prison, falsely accused. Some have been killed. Some are being tortured. All these are things that are going on. And you cannot say things are going back to normal like La Republic want the world to understand, right? But go to the details, you see that things are getting worse and worse and worse every day. And the government of Cameroon has nothing to prove that things are going better, right? Because they started a war and it's ravaging all the countries. Okay? You cannot set up people like this, kill people, do all these atrocities, and you go back and say things are going back to normal. Okay? With all the displacement, all the Scotch Ed policy, all these burnings, it doesn't work like that. There must be negotiated settlement. Okay? Yes, there must be negotiated settlement, and everyone must come to terms with that. Then we can be there can be hope for change, right? There can be hope for change. Okay, Abdul Karim is still languishing in the dungeons of La Republic du Cameroon. The activists are there, still languishing, and we hope that justice must be served. Abdul Karim was given life imprisonment just for, and when he was not even in court, he was given life imprisonment in absentia, and the government of the military tribunal sentenced Abdul Karim in his absence. I've not seen where somebody is given life imprisonment even when he's not present. Okay, and La Republic Cameroon will not tell you the reality of what is happening. People are dying, the military. This is just yesterday. You saw how many people killed. This is happening. This is a corner in Southern Zone. So these are the reports. You see, so that is the thing. So we hope that the government of Cameroon will understand that this thing is just too much. It's unbearable. The killing, the suffering for almost 8 to 9 years now. But the government of Cameroon don't want to go to negotiation. They prefer to keep killing our people. Okay. That will change sometime, because when they realize that they cannot fight a war on 3 fronts, they will come back to their knees and beg. Yes. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. God bless Ambazonian. Please make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Okay, thank you for watching.
Wengine walia msaada, wengine walia